Hey, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our Tuesday night live video. It is my last week coming to you live from Texas. Next week, I'll be back home in my own office, my own space. Although anytime you have a white cloth and a ring light, hey, you can go live anywhere. Anyway, all right, so tonight we are going to be talking, I'm going to be answering your questions. And so throughout the last couple months, I have a list of every question that I have had sent to me, and I want to go ahead and I just copy and paste them. I put them in a Word doc, and I printed them all off today, and I'm going to get through as many as I can in the next 20-ish minutes. And so, yeah, there's some good ones. Some of you guys are pretty ballsy. I'm like, wait, what? Did they just ask about my sex life? And, no, there's everything from marriage to kids to weight loss to all those things. And so anyway, we're going to go ahead and take a deep dive into that, into your questions, and get through as many as we can. So make sure while you're watching, smash that like button, give me some encouragement, some like courage, some like button courage. And also it helps our channel greatly. So I'd really appreciate any, it takes you 1 second to do. So anyway, so let's go ahead and just jump in. All right. So lots of questions, and I'm just going to kind of bunch all these into one. There was a bunch of questions. This is one of the most common ones. So I'm just going to kind of bunch all the questions about our coaching program into one, okay? And answer, what is our coaching program? A lot of you asked, what is the coaching program? How does it work? A lot of times you'll say, you talk about your clients, you talk about the coaching program. What is it? And there was lots of questions related to that. And so to sum it up really quick, I am a former weight loss failure. I failed at weight loss for a very long time, and I really started to believe that I was just big boned, that I would always be morbidly obese, and that just was going to be the way it was. And it wasn't until, I don't know, after our second baby that I said, that's it. I read a statistic that linked obesity in parents to their children, and I didn't want my kids to be overweight. And I always believed that I could be that mom that said, eat the carrots, not the cheesecake. Do as I say, not as I do, and they would. And so after I got started, I recommitted. I lost 161 pounds in 13 months. It was never as hard as I thought it was going to be. And I got really passionate about weight loss. I got really passionate about health. I got really passionate about showing other men and women the path, the things that I had learned, about helping them cross over, about helping them live their very best life, about helping them shed this thing, this burden called weight. And I became a health coach. And that was in July of 2016. And since then, I have helped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people lose weight. Anywhere from 5, 10, 15, 20 to 50 to 100 and over that. So 148 pounds I helped my mom lose in just over a year. She kicked diabetes, she kicked IBS, all these things that were related to her overweightness, all of those things. And so inside of our boot camps, they're typically virtual because I work with people from all over the world. So we're not all in one place. We're not all in one city. We're all busy living our lives and adulting all over the world. So this is where you come in, you get a sample meal plan. There's live tips and videos. We have our own app that we use where you're able to track your nutrition. You're able to track your water. It tracks your workout for you. Most of us work out from home. Some of our clients go to the gym, but most of us are busy. We're adulting. We're moms. We're dads. We're grandmas. We're grandpas. And just to be completely honest with you, most of us don't have time to go to the gym every day. And so I work out from my basement. So anyway, it's basically a built-in accountability to help you succeed, because accountability always pulls the best out in us. And so, that's what our groups are. They're designed and built to help you succeed. We talk about the basics. We talk about emotional eating. Every group's a little bit different. We don't cover the exact same thing in every group, but we're always talking about success principles that I used to lose weight. Success principles that I used to maintain a size 2. And so they're really profound. They're really powerful. The results, we have people every single month. We have new people that get started with our groups every month, and we have new people that lose weight every single freaking month. So anyway, I'll put a link in the description box for our next group that's coming up That's going to be coming up next. And yeah, it's amazing. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right. Okay. How much weight should I be losing every single week? So healthy weight loss is anywhere from 1 to 2 pounds a week. Okay. Now I know some of you guys just went, what? What? Because we see these things on TV. We see these things on social media where people are like, I lost 8 pounds this week. I lost 10 pounds this week. I lost ... And yes, you can do that. That is possible. Some of the people inside of our biggest transformation, have lost 5, 6, 7, 8 pounds in a week. But they don't do that every single week. And typically when that does happen to people, it's going to be in their first couple weeks when they have a lot of water weight to lose. If they're a lot of times inside of our carb cycling group, which we have carb cycling group coming up in June, I believe. So make sure to be staying tuned. So for some information on that, but that's a 15-day group where the average person is going to lose between 8 and 16 pounds inside of those 15 days. But that's a short-term thing. That's not talking about realistic long-term weight loss. Realistic long-term weight loss is 1 to 2 pounds a week. If you're averaging 2 pounds a week, think about that. 2 pounds a week is over 100 pounds in a year that you would lose. That's a significant amount of weight for your body to lose. That's 40 pounds in 20 weeks. It's 80 pounds in, and so that's 2 pounds a week is what I would recommend. Now, sometimes when you are consistent and you get doing it, momentum kicks in. Like I wound up losing my first 100 pounds in my first 202 days. We have a guy inside of our biggest transformation group that lost, freaking 50 pounds in his first 6 weeks. So there's always off the wall things that happen, but 2 pounds a week, 1 to 2 pounds a week is healthy weight loss. So if you're losing 1 to 2 pounds a week and you're consistently doing that, you're on the right path and you're getting closer to your goal. So good for you and good job. All right. I have all these questions. I know I'm not going to be able to get through them all, so I'm kind of skimming to see. All right. Do I have to work out to lose weight? So the simple answer to that is no. I've done a lot of videos on fitness here on the channel where I talk about how fitness is like, okay, imagine building a fire. You have a campfire and you light that baby up and there's your little fire. Now, weight loss is all about being in a calorie deficit. It takes approximately 3,500 calorie deficit to lose 1 pound. All right. Well, there's only so many, you're not going to eat so low of calories. Hopefully you're not starving yourself. Hopefully you're not eating below 1,200 calories. To me, when I'm coaching people, that's the floor, that's the bottom at which you should eat at. And so hopefully you're not eating less than 1,200 calories. You don't need to lose weight consistently. I lost 161 pounds in just over a year, never eating under 1,200 calories. But you're only going to eat so low of calories. You're only doing so much activity in a daily basis. But when you work out, you're burning extra calories. So when you work out, it's putting you in a bigger calorie deficit. And when you're in a bigger calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight faster. And so I've done lots of videos where I actually break down exactly how working out will help you lose weight twice as fast as not working out. And so do you have to lose weight, work out to lose weight? No, you don't. But is working out going to help you? Again, so there's your fire. Now imagine taking gasoline and pouring it on the fire. What happens? You still have a fire, but the fire is like, the fire explodes when you pour gasoline on the fire. It burns much faster, much hotter, much bigger. And it's the same way when you add fitness into your weight loss. Your weight loss is going to be faster, hotter, bigger than if you're not working out. So I'm definitely a big fan of fitness. I didn't start there. I definitely hated fitness in the beginning. I loathed it. I believe God made those special fitness loving people and I was not one of them. But if you're trying to lose weight and you want to be there, you want to get to your goal sooner than later, I definitely recommend working out. You don't got to spend all day in the gym. 30 minutes a day, 6 days a week will get the job done. All right. How do I handle going out to eat and still losing weight? That's a great question. So you can still go out to eat while you're losing weight. It depends on what nutrition program you're using. But the biggest thing I would recommend is picking a restaurant that actually has their nutritional information online. So, one of my favorite places to eat when I was losing weight was the Cheesecake Factory, because the Cheesecake Factory has all their calories listed on the menu. And then they have a menu called the Skinnylicious menu, which is like a big old giant menu, and it's all calorie conscious foods. And so I would go and get the Mexican lettuce wrap tacos, and I would get one of their side salads. So I could go get a bunch of food, and it was like a good side salad for less than 500 calories. But one of the whole keys with going out to eat while you're losing weight is to look up the nutritional information before you go. Decide what you're going to order before you ever get to the restaurant. Decide what you're going to get before you ever step foot in that restaurant. Because once you get there, if you're waiting to get there and being around whoever you're being around, social pressure is a real thing. You have the social pressure, you're smelling all this food, you're seeing everybody else's plates getting brought out, and now you're going to look at the menu and expect yourself to make a good decision. It's setting yourself up for failure. So if you're going to go out to eat while you're losing weight, look at the menu ahead of time, decide what you're getting, and don't even look at the menu. Like when they come to hand out menus, be like, I don't need one, I already know what I'm getting. And don't even look at the menu. Don't even give yourself a chance to waver from what you picked out. Know what you're getting before you go. Set yourself up for success. Unless it's a planned cheat. If it's a planned cheat and you've planned on, again, even a planned cheat, you should still know what you're getting before you go. It's called planned. So you plan it. You don't just go and eat according to your emotions, especially when you're in the focus phase. There's two phases when it comes to weight loss, the focus and the freedom phase. When you're losing weight, you're in the focus phase. Everything's intentional. It's much easier to maintain weight loss than it is to lose weight because you can eat way more. I eat about 1,800 calories a day. That's 600 calories more than when I was losing weight. So that's a big extra amount of calories that I can eat than when I was losing weight. Does that make sense? All right. Can I drink alcohol and lose weight? I always love this question because, the answer is yeah, you can. And there's some things that you can do to help with alcohol. But if you really want to maximize your weight loss, no, you can't. Your body treats alcohol as a poison. And so when you drink, normally, let's just say you go out to eat and you have, some tacos or whatever you have. Your body then goes to work on breaking down the food, getting rid of the waste, using it for energy, all that kind of stuff. But when you have alcohol, your body stops doing all that. It treats the alcohol as a poison and it's like, get out, get out, get out, get out. And so you can be, so many times I'll have a client and they'll be like, I was totally within my calories. I had Tito's and water and I popped up 2 pounds. That's just unfortunately the effect alcohol has on your body. So if you know that and you know that you choosing to have a drink is going to stall your weight loss and you're okay with that, then, just know that that's the effect alcohol has on your body when you're trying to lose weight. And so what I'll tell my clients a lot of times is, at least while you're losing weight, pause the alcohol. Like pause it. I'm not saying you have to quit drinking. I'm not saying you can't ever enjoy it, but just really decide, is it worth it? And at the end of the day, if having a beer every Saturday night is a must and you're not going to do life without it for this season, then that's between you and the beer. That's between you and your goals. You can still lose weight and drink. It just makes it harder to do it. Does that make sense? And so I know a lot of you didn't want to hear that. If you are going to drink, one of the things you can do is go for a lower calorie option and drink double the amount of water as alcohol. So if you have a 12-ounce beer, then that same night, you need to drink 24 ounces of water. So drink double the amount of water as any alcohol you have right around the same time. That's going to help get that out of your body. And then when you get home, also drink the same amount of water as beer, as you had for beer. Again, that's going to help. That's the best thing you can do if you are going to drink, is making sure you're also pushing the water to get it out faster. How do you stay motivated? Oh, girlfriend, if somebody finds out the answer to that, let me know. Listen. There is no such thing as anybody ever always staying motivated. There's not a motivation bug that just comes around and bites you in the mornings. It just doesn't exist. I wish it did. I wish I had a motivation pet. Like if they had a bug that was a motivation bug, I would own it as a pet so it could like bite me every day. It doesn't exist. Most people are walking around waiting to get motivated. They're waiting for motivation to show up before they go out and do something great with their lives. They're waiting for motivation to come before they go lose weight, before they go write a book, before they go start a business, before they go do whatever. And what I will tell you is motivation follows consistency. Motivation follows action. It doesn't come before it. So when you are disciplined, when you are consistent, when you are committed, motivation follows commitment. But most of us are, if I could just get motivated to get committed. I mean, Carmen, it'd be like I'm just waiting to get motivated. I think when the kids get out of school, when work gets easier, then I'll be motivated. And when I get motivated, then I can be committed. So most of the time we expect motivation to come before commitment. It doesn't. Motivation follows commitment. The more committed I am, the more motivated I am. The more dedicated I am, the more motivated I am, not the other way around. And so if you want to get motivated, get committed. If you want to get motivated, get dedicated. Because when you're dedicated and you're committed, motivation will follow. The further into my weight loss I got, the more motivated I got. I was more motivated my last 50 pounds than my first 100 pounds because I was more committed. I was more dedicated. And I was more motivated. And so you have to learn how to manufacture motivation, not wait for it. Make it. Just decide, I'm going to be motivated. I'm going to go get crap done today. I'm going to have a kick butt day. So it's not about being motivated. It's about being committed. It's about being dedicated. And when you're committed and dedicated, the motivation takes care of itself. So all right. Is there a good place to buy cheap clothes as I lose weight and things begin not to fit me? Isn't that a great feeling when you start to undergrow your clothes? Like things are falling off of you. Oh, it feels so good. So what I'm going to say on this is, yeah, absolutely. I definitely highly recommend you finding some cheap clothes. Don't be going buying all some bougie, expensive goal outfits when you're not even at your goal. Set aside a budget and decide, okay, when I get to my goal, here's my budget. And I can remember going to my husband, I'm like, hey, so if I lose all the weight, do you think will I have a budget to buy new clothes? Like, what does that look like? And he, being my husband, who I love dearly, he was like, yes, here's your clothing budget. And then I was like, well, do I get a shoe budget too, or are the shoes included in the clothes? He's like, nope, the shoes are included in the clothes, but you do get a lingerie budget. And so like I had a clothing budget, what we were going to spend on clothes when I was done losing my weight. And then I had a lingerie budget of what we would spend on lingerie, when we were done. And so that was waiting till I was done. Until then, I had this little place I would shop at about 20 minutes from the house. And it was kind of like a secondhand store. People would bring it and they had really cute, trendy things. And it was like one of those places you would take it in. It was called Uptown Cheapskate. It's kind of like a Plato's Closet. You would take your clothes in and they buy clothes from you and then they resell them. And so I would go in and I would buy a couple pairs of jeans, a couple tops, and I would wear them until I would undergrow them. And then I would take them back to that store, sell them to them, and then go buy a couple more things. Like literally when I was losing weight, that's what I did. And then the other thing I did is I went to Old Navy and I bought some, if you're a girl, if you're a guy, just go buy some wind pants somewhere. But at Old Navy, they have yoga pants, boot cut yoga pants. And oh my goodness, you can get a good 20 to 40 pounds in those yoga pants. Like I'm saying, you can lose that and they'll still fit because they have really good stretch. And so I would go buy 2 to 3 pairs of those. They typically have sales. They were $19 a pair. They regularly run sales for 50% off. So I would go get a pair of yoga pants for $9 and change. I'd buy a couple pair, and between the 1 or 2 pairs of jeans, the 3 pairs of yoga pants, that's what I allowed myself in each size. And then I would go sell them when I was done and then go buy a couple more things. I did not want to camp out in any size. So I didn't allow myself to go spend a lot of money, and ask people, before you even go buy anything. Put a post on social media, put a post on Instagram, a post on Facebook, a post on your marketplace, the Facebook marketplace. Hey, losing weight. Does anyone have any size 8 clothes they're looking to get rid of? Does anybody have any size 12s, any size 14s? You might find people who have clothes laying around that they're willing to give you just to get rid of them. And that's a free option that you can be taking advantage of. So I love that question of you're already thinking about buying cheap clothes and not indulging in all those clothes. All right. Did losing weight change your marriage for good or bad, and how? All right. So losing weight, it affected my marriage a lot, way more than I thought it was going to be, or than I thought it was going to. So when I was overweight, I was very secretive about a lot of things in my life. I was secretive about secret eating. I was secretive about my weight. Like, my husband and I never talked about my weight. I was secretive about the size of clothing I wore. I would cut the tags out of my clothing. I was secretive about my insecurities. I mean, there was just so many things, these burdens that I carried, that I didn't allow my husband into this area of my life. So here was my life, and then I had this overweight area. And I had all these walls. I didn't want anybody to know how much I weighed. I didn't want anybody to know my size. I put up this fake wall of confidence that I had it all together and I was super duper confident. Sometimes it's so funny to hear people talk about me when I was overweight, and they're like, oh, you were just always so confident. And if they only knew, because all that confidence, most of it was fake. Most of it was a show. I wasn't confident in my skin. I wasn't confident in my body. I wasn't confident. I mean, I wasn't one of those people that sat at home and was like, oh, I suck. But I wore Spanx under everything. And so as I started to lose the weight and I started to realize how much stress I had created in my life, how much of a dividing wall was between my husband and I didn't want him to see me getting undressed because I had Spanx on. There were times where he couldn't buy me clothes. He couldn't pick out clothes. The one time, bless his heart, he tried to get me some lingerie on a honeymoon, on our third or fourth honeymoon that we went on. And he got me some lingerie and he wrapped it and took it to the hotel room. And it did, like, 2 of the 3 pieces didn't fit. And I can remember him saying, well, are you going to wear that lingerie? And I was like, yeah, later. And finally, he just thought I was being stubborn and not wanting to wear lingerie. And I finally just had to say, babe, it doesn't fit. And he was like, I am so sorry. And so my weight, there was a wall between us. And so as I started to lose the weight, listen, my husband, he's amazing. And he had loved me. He married me at 288 pounds. He married me at my heaviest. And so he loved me at every size and he accepted me for me. And, one of the things he says is, I never saw you that way. I never saw you as this morbidly obese woman. God is so great. But that's how I saw myself. And so as I started to lose the weight, I became more confident. I felt sexy. I felt confident. And I changed. I became a better woman. I became a better wife. I became a better mother. I had more energy. I had more confidence. I didn't have a secret eating addiction anymore that I had to hide and cover up. I didn't have to pretend. I didn't have the stress before we traveled of, can I get us checked in so I can get the window seat? I didn't have the stress of him not seeing me struggle to do the seatbelt up, so I didn't have to get an extender. I didn't have the stress of him wanting to do a sexual position that I knew wouldn't work because I was 288 pounds. I didn't have the stress that comes with being overweight. And so, has losing weight changed my marriage? Yeah, because it changed me. And so there's not an area of my life that it didn't change. And so often people will say, one of the questions is, if you could do it all again, if you had to do it again, would you do it? And the answer is yes. All day, every day, and 5 times on Sunday. every single part of the journey, even the hard parts, I would do again. Even the parts that weren't my favorite, I would do again. There is nothing about that old life that I would take back. There is nothing about the old me that I would trade for the new me. For the confidence that I have gained. For the person that I've been able to become. The person that was always in here. The person that I know I always could be. But that I wasn't. Listen, you can never shine your brightest with 100 pounds of extra insulation on it. Your light will always shine brighter when you are living your best life, when you are feeling your best. And so, yeah, I'd do it again. And yeah, losing the weight changed everything for the better. There is nothing that being healthy, not skinny, healthy. There's nothing that being healthy, nothing worse about it than, because I can still eat cheeseburgers. I can still eat pizza. I can still eat all my favorite foods. I'm an 80-20 girl. 80% of the time it's chicken and broccoli. The other 20% is whatever the heck I want. And that balance has allowed me to stay at my size, at a size 2 for, 6 years. 6 years, even through an unplanned baby number 3 coming in and still be able to get back into my size 2 skinny jeans that I'm sitting in here right now. They're black. So anyway, that's that. And so I think that's all. I'm sorry, guys, if I didn't get to your question. Maybe we'll do another one of these. Let me know if you like this Q&A thing. I like it. I love answering your questions. And I feel like it's so much more impactful to do it in this format than just to type back an answer. And so let me know if you want to see more of these Q&A videos. I don't mind doing them. Maybe we'll do one every couple months, one a month. Let me know how you feel about it. And we'll go from there. Also, let me know if you have any questions. I'll add them to this list. You can post them in the comments. You can send me a message. You can find me on Instagram at Carmen O'Quinn, Facebook at Carmen O'Quinn. Of course, YouTube, you're here. So before you leave, make sure to smash that like button. Thank you so much for watching. And thank you for those of you guys that have submitted questions. You're amazing. So anyway, have a great week. Have an amazing night. And we'll see you on the next one.